In this lecture, we'll talk about some common terms that are used when we talk about SEO. It's basic stuff that you should know. Bounce rate. Bounce rate is the number of visitors who land on your web page versus those that leave right away without any interactions with your website. Like visiting another page on the same website, or clicking on a button or a menu, buying something, downloading something. There could be different reasons for a high bounce rate. One of them being if your content ranks for the wrong keywords. Interestingly though, bounce rate doesn't account for scrolling or time spent on the page. That means if someone is researching a topic and they are browsing through your article and they find an article online that answers their question completely, they may read the entire article, but if they don't click anywhere else on the website, their visit will still be recorded as a bounce. Long tail keywords. Long tail keywords are typically search queries that have more than 3 words. Usually it is a good idea to target long keywords in general because it helps you to create content that caters to a very specific search or a very specific group of people who are searching for some very specific information. And more often than not, it has low competition and is easier to rank. For example, Christmas gifts over here is a more generic search, but Christmas gifts for parents is more specific. And as you can see, it has a lower search difficulty and therefore it is easier to rank than just Christmas gifts. Even though the volume is low, it's easier to rank and the content that you create will match exactly what your user is looking for. Domain authority. Domain authority is a ranking metric that Moz came up with. It works on a scale of 1 to 100 that it calculates for each website. And this score reflects the website's potential to rank on search engine result pages. The higher the score, the greater the possibility of the website ranking well. Page authority is also a metric created by Moz and it is very similar to domain authority. And there are a lot of similarities in the way it is calculated. But the main difference is that it is calculated for a page's ability to rank vis-a-vis a domain, which is true for a domain authority score. Again, just as for domain authority, the higher the page authority, the more likely it is to rank well in the search engine results. Sitemap. It's basically a file where you provide information about the pages, videos, and other files on your website and the relationships between all those files. This is the definition that Google has. Now, usually in the case of platforms like WordPress, you get one created for you by default. And if you install a WordPress SEO plugin, it can help you to choose what pages to include or exclude in your sitemap. Search engines like Google read this file to crawl your website more efficiently. A sitemap has a list of your website's pages, images, and videos that you think the search engine should index. It also has important data related to those files. For example, the last time the page was modified, like here. The number of times that your website shows up in the search results is the number of impressions. And the number of times that it got clicked on and visited by a user is the number of clicks. So click-through rate is the number of users who saw your site in the search results versus those who actually visited it. Click-through rate is also applicable to ads, just as it is for search results. And it is used as a metric while calculating the effectiveness of display ads.